And on that note, the Commission adjourns for the last time.
And with that, a sigh of almost universal relief. This inquiry has been a marathon. Originally down for 4 months, it's taken 2 years and cost taxpayers millions of dollars.
Immediately after the catastrophe, the Minister...
The final day saw lawyers from the police and the families of those killed and injured make one final appeal.
The South African Police Service dogged denial that it did anything wrong, its invention of evidence, its concealment of evidence, and its attempts, now that those efforts have failed, to argue that the Commission may not make any meaningful findings and recommendations, are not in the interests of the South African Police Service, and they are not in the interests of our country. It's time, Chairperson, for some accountability.
The management at the mine.
Over the months, senior officials from the Deputy President down have appeared here, often to angry protests.
Blood on his hands! Blood on his hands!
Cyril Ramaphosa was accused of applying undue pressure, which trickled down to officers on the ground, something he vehemently denies.
I felt that this needed the police to take appropriate action to arrest those who were involved in these acts of criminality.
The police version is that they acted in self-defence against a dangerous mob. But evidence emerged of a second site away from the cameras, where some miners appear to have been shot in the back and at close range. At the very least, argue some, the findings merit criminal investigation.
I have no doubt that there is sufficient evidence for a proper, well-organized and well-informed team of investigators to investigate the senior police officers that we have named.
The Commission itself says the length of the process can in fact be seen as a measure of its success.
The reason for it to take so long is because of the evidence that has came before the Commission. You know?
More than you'd ever expected.
Exactly. You know, and now we couldn't have done a shoddy work. You know, that is why we had to go to the presidency, you know, to ask for an extension.
Their work isn't over yet. The Commission's job now is to sift through 2 years of evidence and then make a series of recommendations to the President, which may include calls for further investigation. But what won't be certain until the final report comes out is whether investigators believe the evidence pointed towards a spontaneous act or an orchestrated plan to kill. Guy Henderson, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.